I have my fan because it's been so blasted hot. Like I'm dying. It's dusk and it's still hot. Anyhow, you get to see the summer me. And I was just thinking about this. And so I'm going to start right away. I'm just reminiscing lately. And I want to talk about the 10 reasons why I am glad that I am from Gen X. One of the things I love about being from Gen X is holiday and birthday gifts. We longed for things for a long time, so they were really special. And I feel like nowadays the kids don't really long for much. I mean, I think that they pretty much have everything they need. In fact, when I ask them what they want for Christmas or for their birthday, it's always like, I don't know. I don't know, because they have everything. And not only that, but we just didn't have all these things manufactured that they have today. So we didn't have all the choices. So if there was something we wanted and something we got for a holiday or for our birthday, it was so special. As much as I love all of the things that we have available to us today, I do miss kind of longing for things. Of course I long for things, but they're big purchase items. But I mean, like for your birthday or for Christmas, I remember being so excited and wanting my Nike banana boat shoes, if you know what those are. I wanted those things so bad, and we didn't just go out and buy them because I wanted them like my kids do today. We had to wait. I mean, we had to like hope and pray that some special occasion, some fairy from afar would bring them to us. And that was birthdays and Christmases. So I kind of miss that. I miss having, really special gifts, seeing the kids just light up and cry because they had something they wanted so bad. But now pretty much they have everything. But the big thing that I miss about being in Gen X is the neighborhood life. We had kids from like 3 blocks this way and 2 blocks this way. We'd all get together. We would do chain phone calls because we didn't have text messages, but we would do like chain phone calls. Okay, you call these 3 people, I'll call these 3 people, you call them, for a baseball game during the day. It was so exciting. We were always out doing something, always planning something, a bike ride. We had a big field by our church where we would get together for football. And the church even wanted to build us a big backstop for our baseball because we were playing all the time. So that was a really fun time. And it's like we didn't have air conditioning in our houses. I mean, maybe rich people did. I don't know, but I never really saw air conditioning. When I was growing up, if it was hot, we slept outside and the whole neighborhood would sleep outside. And then we'd sneak around to each other's houses and go raid people's gardens for their carrots. I mean, I missed that. I missed that camaraderie, that neighborhood camaraderie. Kids were younger, they did things with friends, but they still didn't have the freedom. Like, we were just gone all day as long as we were home before dark. We didn't have cell phones. Our parents couldn't call us. They didn't know where we were. They just wanted us home by dark. That's all they cared about. So we had all of this freedom, all of this fun time. We were just racing around doing crazy fun things. I wish that my kids could have had that same experience, but I'm glad I had it. I like what we're doing today to some degree, but boy, that was a special time, and I don't know that we'll ever see that again. Another thing that I like about being a Gen Xer is we had crushes. I don't feel like the kids today are young adults. Like, we don't have crushes anymore because we're not intertwined with that many people. So now, if you're single and you want to meet someone, it's very technical. You make an appointment, you go meet somewhere, you see if there's a connection. Well, it used to be that we were around people all the time, surrounded by new people coming in and out of our lives, or friends of friends, or friends of family type thing. And so we developed crushes, but I just don't see that anymore. I don't hear somebody saying I have a crush. You're not allowed to have a crush on somebody at work. That's not permitted anymore. It's not appropriate. So we can't do that. We always had crushes on people at work when we were teenagers working at the hot dog stand or whatever. And who can argue with the fact that we had the best music, us Gen Xers? Music of the 80s, the rock bands, the long hair, the wild guitars, electric guitars, Sammy Hagar's Journey, you know, all them people. Music was just a huge part of our lives. We were always going to concerts, saving up money for concerts, getting big groups together and going to concerts. It was just huge. We had all of our music in our car, the 8-track tapes and our cassette tapes. But it's not like that anymore. It's like everybody's a star now. We just kind of had our select groups who were popular, and we just really embraced them, and we really got into them. And nowadays it's like, well, there's so much music out there. Like, oops, I don't even know who the musicians are. I just go for a genre because I can't follow it. There's so many. But we didn't have that. We just had good, awesome music and people that we followed, got obsessed with. And so I miss that about our generation. That was really fun. Entertainment was different for us. We did go to movies. We went to drive-ins. That was so much fun. And when you get in your car and you go to a big field and they put the movie screen up in case somebody doesn't know what a drive-in is. And we would go to parks and lakes, and everything was kind of, you know, getting out and about amongst groups and people. And nowadays I feel like entertainment's kind of, you feel like a little more recluse about it. You're going out to dine, or you're going to play putt-putt with some friends, but it's not the same. We were always just going out into the world, you know, camping. We were just doing whatever. But I feel like entertainment is different now. It's not as exciting because, you know, I do entertainment too, and I'm always trying to think of what to do because I don't want to go to the beach or the, you know, lake. I don't want to swim in a lake now. I want to swim in a swimming pool. It's just so different. Like, life has just changed. Where we were jumping in water. If there was water, if there was a mud puddle, we were jumping in it. So it is different. Entertainment was surrounded by friends and doing wild, fun things out there. But yeah, I don't miss camping. I'll just tell you, I don't miss camping. I'm not a camper. I've been camping. That's what we did for our vacation for 2 weeks out of the summer. We didn't have money for hotels. We didn't go on big trips. I went on to Disneyland once in 5th grade. That was it. It was camping. So no, I don't camp anymore. I'm not into it. Perhaps the best part of being a Gen Xer was cruising. Do you remember cruising? Oh my God. Every Friday, every Saturday night. I feel like I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. Anyways, every Friday, every Saturday night, we went cruising. It was so much fun. We would call each other, where are we going to meet? And then we'd meet up and we'd drive and scream out our windows and wave at our friends. And it was so much fun. And the cruising line would take like hours because you're just going at a snail's pace and people are running up to your car. It was so much fun. I'm glad we don't do it anymore because we don't want our teenagers out there driving and getting wild. Driving should be a safe thing, not a fun thing. And it was so mean for all the neighbors surrounding by the cruising areas because we were so loud. Number 7 of the things I like about being a Gen Xer, we had cool cars, right? Like my mom had a Barracuda, a 65 Barracuda with that big rounded window in the back. That was such a cool car. And today, I don't even think I've seen one in decades. Like, they're really rare. But her boyfriend, he had an El Camino, a green El Camino. Get that. So we had some cool cars. Remember the Cadillacs with the big long bench seat in front and 3 people could sit in the front? That was wild. I'm glad we've changed cars now because our cars are safer. We had crazy, dangerous glass in our cars. We didn't even have seatbelt laws. So cars are better today. But boy, we had some good looking cars back then. Do you remember when mail was a good thing? You know, mail, like envelopes and paper that you put in envelopes, put a stamp on it and it goes. Yeah, we had that when I was a kid. Mail was a good thing. We looked forward going to the mailbox. We don't look forward to going to the mailbox now because all that's in there is bills. People don't write letters anymore. But back in the day, we would write letters. We didn't have text messages. We didn't have cell phones. And when we called somebody, even that was just in another city, that was considered long distance. And long distance was expensive. Forget calling someone overseas. Oh my gosh. It was like crazy amounts of money. So we wrote letters and we sent it to each other in the mail. I remember going to the mailbox, getting excited, getting letters, bringing them in, sitting down and reading them. My grandmother used to write me a letter like every week. And I would go to the mailbox and read them to the kids. It was so much fun. And then friends from other places. I always had a couple letters in the mail. And so it was exciting to go to the mailbox. I miss that. I'm so glad that I got to experience that. The thing that I'm glad I got to experience is our television routine or regime or whatever you want to call it. Remember how we didn't have, I mean, cable came in when I was like a teenager, but we didn't have like cable, Netflix, all that kind of stuff. We want to watch something, we had to wait till it was scheduled. We had a TV guide and it told us, a TV guide, like a paper thing that came out, and you could order a subscription to it, and you set it on the table, and every night you looked at it and told you what things were on at what time. You didn't get to pick when you get to watch something. You had to plan it. And so we had our favorite shows. Plus we didn't have all this stuff to choose from. There weren't a ton of shows, you know. The TV turned off at 11 p.m. and you got all those rainbow bars on the TV and a funny sound, and you couldn't watch it anymore. So TV was really special. I remember Shirley Temple Saturdays at 2 p.m. and Dynasty Wednesday nights at 10. I set those times aside for so many years. Little House on the Prairie Monday nights. I still remember that. I mean, all these things were so special. It was like you get your teeth brushed and you get your jams on and you snuggle up and you get next to the TV, and you better hurry up because it will start without you and you cannot pause it. So I remember that, and that was some good times, you know, being a Gen Xer and looking forward to our special moments in front of the TV. It wasn't all the time. We didn't have all those options, so it was special. It was something we looked forward to. I miss home cooked meals so much, and I know we can do that now. But I'm talking about not just home cooked meals, but it being the norm, like everyone cooked at home, you know? We shared recipes. You stop at the grocery store every night. You plan your meals. We didn't go out that much. Like, I mean, we went out for birthdays and dates. That's it. There was no anniversaries, I guess. There was no just going out, you know, in the middle of the week just to go out. Maybe we go to McDonald's or something. But we went out, I'm telling you, a few times a year, if that. It was the norm to cook at home, and everybody did it. So I kind of miss those times. And I just miss the home cooked meal, the good quality food. Now we eat out so much. It's just like, it's not even important. We used to dress up to go out to eat. Imagine that. Now we just wear, I would go out like this. We just wear whatever. So I kind of miss it being special, and it's hard to make it special again because it's kind of just the norm. But anyhow, I thought about that, and I thought how fun that was. And also, you know, so often we sat around the kitchen table and ate our meals together, which just doesn't happen anymore, rarely. But we also had, do you remember? TV trays, because we couldn't miss our favorite shows. So we had TV trays that we sat in the living room and put our food on so we wouldn't miss our favorite shows. And we'd sit there at night and watch Gilligan's Island and Leave It to Beaver and all those shows that were on right around dinner time. Yeah, so I thought of that one too. There's a lot of things I mean, they're just popping in my head like crazy right now. But anyhow, I'm glad I grew up in the generation I did. I think it was really fun, and I think this is a great generation too. I mean, we have technology has its pros and cons, but we have so much available to us and we're experiencing different things. But I cherish those times. I cherish some of those things that I talked about, and I'm so glad I got to experience them. So that's it on this warm, hot evening. I'm still warm. There is zero breeze. There is no breeze. See, look at my hair. It's not even breezing. I'm still sweating. But I'm sitting in front of all my new patio decor. I made a video about redoing my patio a couple weeks ago on my other channel. I'll put a link below if that interests you. If it doesn't, no big deal. I just wanted to share that with you because I love it so much. So I made my little corner here, and maybe I will do that a couple more times this summer. That's it. All right. Have a good weekend. See ya.